So tell me a little bit about your business, Paul. And I mean, I was really introduced to you through Digital Marketer. I know that's not where you came from, but that's where I kind of knew your name was through Digital Marketer and being at the digital conference back in December. And then we kind of followed up later, and you told me that you were just kind of really utilizing the FTC compliance, FTC Guardian with your clients. And of course, I know because I've been sending you money as an affiliate. So, kind of give me your experience with that, and and how has it helped you, and what have you done to kind of use it in your business?
Sure. So you're right about the digital marketer because we are a certified partner with them. And our business is the Digital Navigator. We work primarily with consultant, coaches, and businesses that sell digital content, whether it's workshops or membership services. And what we found, actually, it's kind of interesting how I learned about FTC Guardian. It was one of my clients that sent me a webinar link and said, I think I might need this. Can you take a look at that? So I attended the webinar, and then I realized all of the compliance issues that I was perhaps having in my own business, and I signed up for your program. And I saw the enterprise level. I have to say I was skeptical at first. I'm like, does this really work? And getting the basic accounts and being able to upgrade people into Pro, will that be a value added? Will I actually get payments? Because it is, an extra cost for me as a business owner. And I decided to take a chance with it. Well, the first thing that happened is my client asked, so what happened in that webinar? Do I need this?
Yeah.
And then I talked about some of the compliance issues, and he immediately signed up for the Pro account under me.
Wow.
So the person that referred me became my referral, which is kind of strange in a way. And then what I did is I started taking a look at the different websites from my clients, because we do a lot of technical work in the marketing. So it's more like we map out something on a whiteboard, and then we do the tech to deploy it. And by having access to the back end, we could see, do they have a privacy policy? Are they getting affiliate payments? What do they have? Do they have testimonials? And then was there a liability problem? And all of our clients had an issue. So then the first thing is getting in touch with your existing clients. And that's you if you're in the enterprise or you're considering it. We'll take a look at your list of clients, and then you can normally see in the footer if there's going to be any problems.
Right.
If they are, reach out to them and then provide a solution. With the enterprise, what I really love is that I could give them the basic account and help them along the way without it costing anything for them. If they're not doing any retargeting or anything, more advanced marketing techniques, then at least we could provide the basic privacy policy and a few other documents. So that's really the first step of the process. And that's what you were explaining in the enterprise model. So if you want, I can explain a little bit what happens after I get them signed up.
Yeah. Because I really find it phenomenal, the story that you told me about it. But I want more enterprise members doing what you're doing. And that is just starting out by getting them into basic. And then the next steps, like you're going to talk about.
Yeah. So then for my new clients, I add that as a bonus. I price it out. I don't remember what it is on your website, but you can pull up the price there. And then I say, well, this is the value of the FTC Guardian, can help you with some of your basic policies. And people love that bonus, and it is a nice value. So it actually helps me close with the clients. And then I created a Google Doc where I shared the steps for them to sign up, and then where to create the policy and how to send us the embed code once they've created. Then the next step that happens is, as we develop their strategy, most of them will end up doing retargeting pixels on Facebook. They might having more detailed analytics with Google, or they're going to be doing something a little bit more advanced that will require the Pro account. Or they actually ask questions about, well, what's happening? Like there was a big GDPR that was coming out and all this, but that's just one of the regulations. So there's always changes. And then they say, well, how do I keep up to date with that? And then that's where I promote the Hangouts twice a month. And I also promote the advanced policies for them, as well as the multiple locations. A lot of people expand on a secondary website.
Right.
So that could be a membership site. It can be a separate site for their blog. Some of them open many locations. You just got to look at your clients and then see if they have any of those requirements. And then I pitch the webinar
Yep.
for them. The webinar is great because from what I found, it always works.
Yeah. I mean, it takes education. What we have found over the years, it takes education. And you don't, it's not a thing you're just going to go to the website and just buy most of the time. There's going to be an onboarding of education that you have to go through. So the webinars work very well for us, you know, to educate people about the compliancy issues that most of them don't even know they have. I mean, most clients, small businesses, don't even know that they have any issues at all because, you know, nobody's ever talked to them about privacy policy and compliance and stuff like that before. So
yeah, and it's one of those things that you don't realize until after the fact. And that's what I tell my clients is like, if we're going to do all this work to grow your business, what we don't want is 3 years, 5 years down the road, you get a massive fine and it tears down a chunk out of that. And the other thing that is actually very good to show them, because it's on the FTC website, there's a page where you can report another website. There's a live chat on that now. There's a hotline. There's all these things. And I say, look, really all it takes is either an angry prospect, an angry customer, or a jealous competitor. And
you got all those are the main three right there.
So once they realize that, I find actually the competitor angle is what convinces them, because there are some sneaky people out there and most entrepreneurs are very competitive. So they don't want to allow a competitor to file a complaint on them that way.
Yep.
And then from there, they normally just sign up with the pro account, and then we help them if they need with like their embed codes, anything like that, and we continue supporting them. Even this week, there was someone that they're expanding in several locations, and then they wanted to start running more targeted ads on Facebook, where each of their location, it's actually a physical business. They're in the restaurant industry. And we wanted to have specific ads by region. It leads them to a page, and then we're going to track to create custom audiences for each of those.
Okay.
Well, then I said, if we want to do that, now you need the pro account, because the privacy policy needs to be updated to reflect that advanced retargeting. And they just said, well, let me know whatever I need to do. And we're in the process of signing them up on the pro account now.
Nice. And I'm going to go back because you said something, because your background is accounting.
Yeah, so I have actually a CPA and auditor license.
Okay. Yeah. And now you're a digital entrepreneur. Yeah.
Yes, in marketing. And I don't know how that works out, because in the past they said auditors don't have the same personality as marketers.
Yeah. Well, you know what I want you to, if you just quickly walk people down through the path, because during one of our conversations, you just said, I just did what you said. And that's why it's worked so well. So can you just walk people and say, look, I mean, because of your background, you just followed instructions. It's like you didn't try to reinvent anything. You just followed the instructions.
Yeah, and I'm a process-driven person. And I think that what's good about this is it can even be delegated.
Yeah.
Like I have people that use the process for me, and I don't even have to be the one talking about it. So the first step is really, I like throwing it as a bonus for any of my new clients. Like I explained earlier what you can do for your existing clients, and I do recommend you go through that list. But the process is you have a new client, and then you throw in FTC Basic as a bonus. You show the price of what that's worth, and then you explain what that gives them and what that does not do. So I'm clear, well, once you get to retargeting and those advanced tactics, it won't work.
Yep.
Upgrade. And they're totally fine with that.
Yep.
Then they go in, they use my code, they sign up for that account. They're all happy because I help them comply. And then the next step is I actually have a guide for creating the privacy policy. Just guiding them through the screenshots, where to go on the website, click here, get that, copy the embed code, send that to my team, and we'll add it to your site. Now, on that document, I mention the difference between the basic policy and the advanced policy, and there's a link for the webinar.
Yep.
So that's, again, part of what you were saying is simply educating them about the benefits of moving to pro. Well, I do that as I help them produce the basic policy they got as a bonus.
Yep. And I think it's really important because, I mean, you're taking a client who's just getting started. So the basic is what they need. But then you're also working them through not just the compliancy side, not going there, but you're going, as we build your business, you're going to be doing retargeting. And we're gonna work you to do that in your business side. Well, if you do the retargeting, then you also need to upgrade your privacy policy and that side, which kind of gives you the FTC Guardian side, as well as you walk the client through at the same time. So you're really helping the client grow systemically, up without pushing the pro on them right off the bat, even though they don't need it, right?
Yeah, and even some that already need it, I still move them into the basic because it's easier for them. It doesn't cost them extra. It's a bonus. And you say, well, why wouldn't I at least do that? And then I say, well, you can get the earnings disclaimer. You can get the legal terms. And I believe there's the testimonial as well in the basic. So I say, well, even if you don't get the advanced privacy policy, why don't we add those ones? Because you have testimonials on your website.
Right.
So they get that, and then I let them know you can install the basic if you want, but the fact is you're going to need the pro, and then you're going to need to disclose it if you change your policy. And then they don't want to go through that whole process of announcing it, and then normally they announce the upgrade by themselves. But I found it was still easier to get them into basic, give them those other policies, and then it's like we say micro commitments, micro actions.
Yep.
That's what they're doing there. And then once they've got those basics, then we just guide them through the pro and educate them. The other thing that we do is once in a while, we send a newsletter to our clients, sending them an update about some of the regulatory changes or some of the information we get from your Hangouts.
Right.
And then we get replies, and then they say, oh, do I need to do anything about that? And then that's where, if not, then I tell them, no, don't worry about it. You don't have this, like, let's say it was about you had an example, I think it was the fitness industry and with nutritional supplements, and you had like a whole case there. I'm like, well, that doesn't really apply to what you're doing, so don't worry about it for now. But if it does apply, then I can respond, and I normally encourage them to sign up so that they can get the Hangouts and get all of the information, because in an email, just a few paragraphs, right? It doesn't.
Yeah. That is great. That's great. Well, I'm so glad that you've been as successful with our enterprise as you have. And I really appreciate everything that you're doing, not just to help us grow FTC Guardian, but like Chip and like I say, is just get the word out. Is just let people know, because as far as I know, there's still nobody out there doing what we do. I mean, there are people that provide just a document here and a document there, but there's nobody that's providing the ongoing training, right, to make sure you stay compliant today. It's just like the GDPR came up. There's nobody out there actually going, okay, we've got you covered. We're going to make sure you stay compliant with both and doing it. Because again, GDPR is going to be a moving target as well as they kind of, expand it and roll it out. So I really appreciate what you're doing just for, to grow your business as well as just educate people. And I think that's where the important thing really is, So thank you.
Well, the other thing I might just add is, because of my auditing background in the accounting, I'm sensitive to potential liabilities. And this is what I want to avoid for my clients. I mean, if you're really by the book, at least in Canada, even if you're not fined, but you have a potential liability, you may have to disclose that in your financial statement, which then raises a flag to the regulatory agencies, because they're like, well, why do you have this potential liability or a note in your financial statements? So because I'm aware of that, I don't want my clients to have to deal with it. This is like a useless expense. I mean, why would you want to have to give $30,000 or $500,000 to someone because you could have a few policies on your website?
Right. Yep. I got you. Well, I appreciate it, and thank you for all that you do for FTC Guardian, and keep doing what you're doing, because it's working for you and it's working for us as well. So again, just from Chip and I both, just thanks so much for everything you're doing. And I look forward to seeing you, I guess, at another digital marketer event, shortly, an agency program coming up somewhere. So,
yeah, I know I'm flying out there to meet with some of the partners and with Ryan Dice this month. And it's just been a really great collaboration with everyone there. And I saw your presentation a few months ago there as well. And it's actually, it's kind of funny because one of the people there ended up becoming one of my basic accounts because I offered him some services, and then he upgraded to pro, and he said, it's so weird because I saw Alan speak at the event and I didn't get it. And then somehow
Yeah, we just did a presentation, I think, while you were out of town with a Canadian company that you may know, Acquisio.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, they're a Canadian company that was bought by Web.com. And on May the 22nd, we did a webinar for all their agencies. They help people. They have some sort of sophisticated tracking and monitoring for retargeting and advertising and all that kind of stuff. But so we've actually presented to Web.com now, one of their companies. So we met them at TNC and they just jumped all over it. Our customers need to know about compliancy as well as our certification that we put together for agencies. So it was great we're getting out there, which is great for.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for the program, and I'm happy too that it was legit, because like I said, I was a bit skeptical at first, and when the first commission started coming through, I told my wife at the evening, yes, I made another FTC Guardian commission. She's like, what is that? Because I about that, I said, well, I wasn't 100% sure before joining the program, but it was well worth upgrading.
Well, I remember because you sent several emails right after you joined or something, when are the commissions going to be paid and, all that kind of stuff. So I went back and forth with it. But I remember, and I didn't know where you had come from, where you actually, who referred you. But I remember that coming through. You asked several questions kind of in advance of promoting it,
Yeah, well, I wanted to be sure that how the payment structure would be working. And then when I had my first few referrals, then there is a login portal that I could go through.
Yeah.
It takes like a couple hours, and we think, I don't know, like 15 or 20 minutes. I'm like, wait, this should be showing up here. So I send up an email. They're like, yeah, the system's updating in a few hours. We got the transaction record here. And actually, that puts me at ease too, that there was that good communication flow. And
Great. Well, thank you so much. I don't want to take any more of your time. I know you've got a busy day. So thank you for taking the time and visiting with me. And, hopefully we'll be able to do this again sometime.
Wonderful. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.